I was only studying abroad for 5 years. But the second I got home, the bodyguards stopped me at the gate. They said I had no invitation, so I couldn't go in. Are you kidding me? I need an invite to enter my own home? That was when I realized my family had set up a huge banquet. The sign said, "Engagement party for the Jiang heir and Miss Liu." Wait, that makes no sense. I'm the only son in this family. What the hell is going on? Stop right there. Who are you people? To see our young master, you need an invitation. I sized up the big guys in front of me. Then my eyes landed on the badges on their chests. With a cold smirk, I read the words on them. New group? This time back? My parents wanted me to meet the girl I was promised to as a kid, the heiress of Liu Group. Liu Ruyan's secretary, Xiao Ma, instantly caught on. He stepped right in front of me. Your young master? Young Master Zhang is standing right here. This man is your Miss Liu's fiancé. But after hearing that, the men looked even more annoyed. Our young master is, of course, the Jiang family's young master. Our Miss Liu is already engaged to young Master Zhang. And trash like you still wants to impersonate him? What a joke. Get lost, stop making a scene here. Just then, the old mansion's gate opened. I looked up and saw Liu Ruyan walking out arm in arm with their so-called young Master Jiang. That guy was no stranger. He was Ji Boda, the son of our housekeeper, Aunt Ji. Seeing that we still had no intention of leaving, the lead thug pulled out a stun baton to drive us away. Xiao Ma still wanted to argue with them, but I grabbed him back. Inside the car, Xiao Ma kept ranting on my behalf. Young Master Jiang, that's literally your house. Don't you know me by now? I'm not that easy to push around. I gave him a sly smile. After getting in the car, I said nothing and started typing. Xiao Ma thought I was just mad. Then he saw the page on my laptop. He was so shocked he almost couldn't speak. I accessed Jiang Group's main system and paused every partnership project with Liu Group. As the Jiang family's only heir, my parents had already given me full access to Jiang Group when I came of age. All these years I had focused on school and rarely got involved in the company. But now it finally came in handy. Ones, tens, hundreds, millions. Tens of millions. Xiao Ma pointed at the numbers, completely dumbfounded. Just in cash flow alone, Liu Group would lose over 10 million in a single day. Of course, Jiang Group would take some losses too, but Jiang Group had plenty of businesses. That little bit of money meant nothing to me. They want an invitation, right? How hard could that be? While I was studying overseas, the old butler stayed with my parents and brought me up to them from time to time. His legs had gotten weak these past few years, so after my parents went abroad with me, they arranged a home for him to retire in. Grandpa Butler. I forgot the company seal. I knew my way around and opened a drawer in his study. Then I printed an invitation, stamped it with Jiang Group's seal, and used Jiang Group's access to fax it to business partners who had only worked with me online for years. While I was busy, Xiao Ma quickly explained what had just happened to the old butler. Back when I went abroad for school, I took the nanny who had cared for me since I was little, so my parents hired Aunt Ji. Although I hadn't been home all these years, I had seen her and her son in my parents' social media posts. My parents felt bad that she was raising her son alone, so they let Ji Boda move in. Later, my parents also came abroad with me, so they left Aunt Ji to clean the old mansion. Who would have thought those two would be bold enough to steal my identity? The butler and I took the invitation and returned to the Jiang mansion. Once the guards saw the invitation, they didn't dare stop us. Now I wanted to see what tricks Ji Boda still had left. We had barely sat down on the living room sofa when a man's questioning voice rang out. Who are you people? Who let you in? Ji Boda looked down at me arrogantly, as if he were the real owner of this place. Is this how you yell at guests? Is this the Jiang family's rule? Do you know who I am? I'm Jiang Group's only heir and the fiancé of the Liu heiress. Who the hell do you think you are? Mentioning that identity, he couldn't help curling his lips in pride. The inner house staff heard the commotion and were already waiting nearby. One look told me he had even replaced all the staff inside my home. I looked at him calmly. I was invited here. Invited? What invitation? He froze. Young Master Jiang, why did you invite us here today? I looked up and all the guests I had invited had arrived. I didn't invite anyone. Ji Boda stared in disbelief as the business partners filed in one after another. How could that be? Once I saw young Master Jiang's invitation, I rushed over before even discussing the project. One guest raised the invitation in his hand. It clearly had Jiang Group's official seal on it, and there was no denying it. A flash of panic crossed Ji Boda's face, but he still forced himself to stay calm. I'm sorry, I really don't know. Maybe it was sent by mistake. This was sent to me officially by Jiang Group. Is Jiang Group's management this messy? You have no sincerity at all. Are you messing with small companies like us? I watched the guests refuse to let it go. Their companies weren't huge, but they were all busy people. With Ji Boda brushing them off like this, of course they wouldn't be happy. Looks like this guy didn't know about it. Maybe he isn't young Master Jiang after all. I guided the conversation. Ji Boda immediately panicked. Of course I am, but I really didn't send those invitations. Someone must be impersonating me. I watched him stubbornly dig himself deeper and didn't expose him. But since everyone's already here, let's get together. I've long heard young Master Jiang is gifted at piano. Would we be lucky enough to hear you play today? Everyone in this circle knew. Jiangchen had been called a piano prodigy since childhood. At gatherings, he loved playing a piece to liven things up. At his coming-of-age ceremony, his original piece, Riding the Wind to the Moon, went viral. For a split second, Ji Boda looked stunned, but he quickly pulled himself together. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well today, so I shouldn't play. On my social media, I always post videos of myself playing with my back to the camera. If he wanted to impersonate me, he needed the skills to back it up. Young Master Zhang just posted a video this morning. Looks like he simply looks down on small companies like us. The guests looked at him with clear dissatisfaction. They were invited here, then ignored. Even the most patient person would be upset. Young Master, these are all business partners. Please think this through. You can't afford to offend them. Even a simple piece would be enough to satisfy them. As he hesitated, his trusted people next to him couldn't sit still. They lowered their voices and started giving him advice. Jibota seemed persuaded. But when he looked at the piano, he hesitated again. Don't tell me you really aren't young Master Zhang and can't play piano. I went straight for his weak spot. Finally, he gritted his teeth and sat down at the piano bench. Young Master Zhang, you're finally willing to play. I'm so lucky today. Exactly. We've heard young Master Zhang is an incredible pianist. Young Master Zhang, we've wanted to hear you play Riding the Wind to the Moon again for so long. Will you perform that piece today? Seeing that he was willing to play, the guests softened a lot and looked at him with anticipation. But the higher they praised him, the darker his face became. Young Master Zhang, please. I sealed the deal. The room fell silent. Jibota bit his lip and pressed the keys one by one. The crowd slowly started murmuring. This is the piano prodigy? My son in elementary school can play at this level, but I've seen his videos. Even though his back was to the camera, the skill level was completely different. After he stumbled through the piece, the guests' faces were priceless. Jibota quickly explained that he wasn't feeling well, but the excuse was too weak, and the guests became even more annoyed. I quietly walked toward the empty piano bench. Then I lifted my hands and confidently played across the keys. The room slowly went quiet. With one key change, I switched into Riding the Wind to the Moon. Oh my god, it's that piece! Someone recognized it and gasped softly, but afraid of interrupting my rhythm, they quickly swallowed the rest of their words. I finished the piece smoothly and looked at Jibota. Young Master Zhang, looks like your memory got rusty overnight. Or are you not Zhang Chen at all? At that moment, everyone looked at Jibota with suspicion and scrutiny. Who let you people in? Liu Ruyan rushed over, but it was already too late. Seeing Liu Ruyan arrive with a group of bodyguards, Jibota looked like he had found his backup and finally relaxed. Then he looked at me meaningfully and said, Ruyan, they forced me to play piano and even questioned my identity. Liu Ruyan glared at me furiously. Who do you think you are, questioning my fiancé? I looked at her calmly. Miss Liu, it's been years. I didn't expect you to lose all sense of right and wrong. This childhood engagement was something your parents begged my family for. Later, for the sake of that relationship, my family gave Liu Group countless projects. That's how Liu Group became so powerful today. But Liu Ruyan didn't give me any respect at all. I don't even know you. Miss Liu, let's talk this through. Someone from earlier spoke carefully. But compared to Liu Group, they were all small companies. They didn't dare offend Liu Ruyan. All of you shut up and get out. My fiancé is the rightful heir of the Zhang family. Whoever dares question the Zhang family or the Liu family, I won't let them off. In an instant, only a few of us were left in the room. Behind Liu Ruyan, her bodyguard stood ready, watching my every move with suspicion. The security guards who were called over heard Liu Ruyan's furious voice and surrounded me. The thugs recognized me. Miss Liu, this is the guy we kicked out earlier. We didn't expect him to come back with an invitation and sneak in with the old butler. Jibota spoke up at just the right time. What old butler? He's clearly just another scammer acting with him. Liu Ruyan immediately took the hint. Did you hear that? Hurry up and throw them out. With Liu Ruyan's approval, the thugs rushed over to pin me down. Bota, you don't even recognize me anymore? The old butler looked at Jibota in disbelief, but Jibota replied without a care. Ruyan, this isn't our family's butler. How could I not recognize my own butler? I remember what he said. Bota is the son of our housekeeper, but what does a housekeeper's son have to do with me? The old butler was restrained by the thugs, and his cane fell onto the tile floor with a sharp clatter. Xiaoma stepped in front of me to protect me, but he was no match for several trained men. Liu Ruyan, look carefully and see who I am, I shouted while struggling. I wanted nothing more than to rush up and punch that lying couple in the face. So you came here for Ruyan. Ruyan, I didn't know you still had an old flame. Jibota looked at Liu Ruyan suspiciously. Liu Ruyan immediately raised her hand and slapped me hard across the face. I don't know where you followed me from, but let me tell you, I'm already Jiang Chen's woman. Look closely, I am Jiang Chen, I shouted with my neck stiff. Seeing that I still wouldn't back down, Jibota grew even angrier. He landed a solid punch on me. I was pinned down by the thugs and couldn't move. I took the hit head on, trembling from the pain. I held back the sharp pain. You dared impersonate me, and now you dare treat me like this. When my parents come back, they won't let you or the Liu family off. Liu Ruyan let out a cold laugh. Big talk. Let's see if you can stay alive long enough for someone to save you. Someone beat him. The strong security guards surrounded me, their eyes filled with cold determination. I closed my eyes in despair. Suddenly, a roar came from outside the door. Let go of my son! My dad shoved through the guards in a few quick strides. His presence was so intimidating that even the trained thugs froze. The thugs instinctively released me. The momentum nearly made me fall, but my dad and Zhao Ma quickly caught me. Everything that had just happened left me dizzy. My dad's arrival gave me the relief of surviving a disaster. I took a few deep breaths before it finally felt real. Seeing me gasping for breath after being helped up, my dad stayed silent for a long moment. He knew exactly how dangerous things had just been. Furious, he raised his fist and swung hard at Jibota. The security guards didn't react in time. Jibota also never expected my dad, a usually refined man, to suddenly get physical. He couldn't dodge, and his face was instantly bruised. He sucked in a breath from the pain. Meeting my dad's furious gaze, he swallowed his shout and clenched his teeth through the pain. Uncle, is there some misunderstanding? We just got a little impulsive. I don't hit women. Get out of my way.